I became insane, with long intervals of horrible sanity. The death of a beautiful woman is, unquestionably, the most poetical topic in the world. All that we see or seem is but a dream within a dream. I remained too much inside my head and ended up losing my mind. We loved with a love that was more than love. Science has not yet taught us if madness is or is not the sublimity of the intelligence. Those who dream by day are cognizant of many things which escape those who dream only by night. With me, poetry has not been a purpose, but a passion. There is no exquisite beauty without some strangeness in the proportion. There are some secrets which do not permit themselves to be told. Believe nothing you hear, and only one half that you see. I would define, in brief, the poetry of words as the rhythmical creation of beauty. Years of love have been forgot, in the hatred of a minute. I dread the events of the future, not in themselves but in their results. Never to suffer would never to have been blessed. That which you mistake for madness is but an overacuteness of the senses. Words have no power to impress the mind without the exquisite horror of their reality. Poetry is the rhythmical creation of beauty in words. All religion, my friend, is simply evolved out of fraud, fear, greed, imagination, and poetry. I intend to put up with nothing that I can put down. If you wish to forget anything on the spot, make a note that this thing is to be remembered. There are chords in the hearts of the most reckless which cannot be touched without emotion. I wish I could write as mysterious as a cat. Even in the grave, all is not lost. To die laughing must be the most glorious of all glorious deaths. Deep in earth my love is lying, and I must weep alone. Every poem should remind the reader that they are going to die. And so, being young and dipped in folly, I fell in love with melancholy. Stupidity is a talent for misconception. It is by no means an irrational fancy that, in a future existence, we shall look upon what we think our present existence as a dream. A short story must have a single mood and every sentence must build towards it. I felt that I breathed an atmosphere of sorrow. And I fell violently on my face. Beauty of whatever kind, in its supreme development, invariably excites the sensitive soul to tears. And all I loved alone. Leave my loneliness unbroken. Invisible things are the only realities. Art is to look at, not to criticize. Deep into that darkness peering, long I stood there, wondering, fearing, doubting, dreaming dreams no mortal ever dared to dream before. Even with the utterly lost, to whom life and death are equally jests, there are matters of which no jest can be made. Where the good and the bad and the worst and the best have gone to their eternal rest. The 99 are with dreams, content, but the hope of the world made new is the 100th man who is grimly bent on making those dreams come true. There is an eloquence in true enthusiasm. A man's grammar, like Caesar's wife, should not only be pure, but above suspicion of impurity. Imperceptibly the love of these discords grew upon me as my love of music grew stronger. Mysteries force a man to think, and so injure his health. The eye, like a shattered mirror, multiplies the images of sorrow. In criticism, I will be bold, and as sternly, absolutely just with friend and foe. From this purpose nothing shall turn me. I heard all things in the heaven and in the earth. I heard many things in hell. We gave the future to the winds, and slumbered tranquilly in the present, weaving the dull world around us into dreams. If a poem hasn't ripped apart your soul, you haven't experienced poetry. To vilify a great man is the readiest way in which a little man can himself attain greatness. If you are afraid of having sex with a woman, it means that you do not understand the very essence of this action. All suffering originates from craving, from attachment, from desire. Marking a book is literally an experience of your differences or agreements with the author. It is the highest respect you can pay him. I am above the weakness of seeking to establish a sequence of cause and effect between the disaster and the atrocity. For my own part, I have never had a thought which I could not set down in words, with even more distinctness than that with which I conceived it. That pleasure which is at once the most pure, the most elevating and the most intense, is derived, I maintain, from the contemplation of the beautiful. It is impossible to say how first the idea entered my brain, but once conceived, it haunted me day and night. Darkness there, and nothing more. And each separate dying ember wrought its ghost upon the floor. That man is not truly brave who is afraid either to seem or to be, when it suits him, a coward.